is there any crossover or cannibalization that could happen this weekend with the Nun 2 Big Fat Greek 3 audience? Like, are Andrea Martin fans, or is there anyone who's like, I don't know if I want to be scared this weekend by Andrea Martin or by the Nun, and they
Well,
have to make that hard decision?
I think Barbenheimer trained everyone to just see everything like this as like a fun opportunity.
Hmm.
So you're gonna get my Big Fat Greek Nun going on Twitter.
It's interesting you bring that up because Barbenheimer, Saw Patrol was the one that studios tried to start, but my Big Fat Greek and Nun 2, that is a much more fun one that I have not even thought of until you mentioned it. No one tried to get that started, and that to me feels like a lost art. It really just goes to show that people did not know my Big Fat Greek Wedding.
That is
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. Ding ding ding. It's a lack of awareness of that movie. And again, Mandela effect of people either thinking the sequel was 20 years ago or doesn't exist. It's an
Yeah.
issue. It's an issue.
Now, here's a question because we were talking crossover. Now, Brett, how familiar are you with the Equalizer films?
Oh, seen them all.
Okay. Now, that character in that film, all three of them, especially the first one, and I heard in the third one, that he basically is a slasher
100%.
hero.
Yes.
Because the way he murders his victims is very akin to how a slasher would. Now, is there any sort of crossover there? Could Robert McCall, the character from The Equalizer, could he be cannibalizing some of the horror fans? Because he does some crazy. That first one at the end in the warehouse store is
the
insanely slasher-esque.
hurricane slasher film. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And the third one, I would say, I don't know. I guess I can't say it's the most violent just because it has like 2 or 3 scenes that are really violent, and then the movie's kind of more contemplative than the other ones.
Yeah.
But it has some of the most inventive, gratuitous, disgusting, totally horror movie violence that I've ever seen in a movie. It is like gun through a man's face type of violence. It is wild.
Wow.
So that's an interesting point. And I do think Equalizer is going to hold pretty well. I mean, again, you guys talk about Mr. Consistency at the box office this last weekend? Because
oh, yeah.
Equalizer, all those movies made the exact same amount opening weekend, which is so interesting. And it's all just Denzel. Like, that's 100% what that is. That is raw movie star power.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it'll hold. I don't have the numbers. I have to look up what the other ones did, but I feel like it'll hold fine. I don't think it will. I don't know. I guess if the Nun opens to less than 30, I would say that wasn't a factor, but I don't think it will be.
The thing with Equalizer its second weekend is this is football season, kickoff of football season. That is going to hurt Equalizer 3 more than it's going to hurt the Nun, because I feel like, yes, young people watch football, but also young people watch football, go to movies, go to raves, go to football, like high school football games. They do 1,000 things on a weekend where an adult man or an adult woman does maybe 5 things and then is exhausted by it.
Right. A young person who wants to see the Nun, they might be a football fan, but they'll watch the football game on their phone while they're on their Razor scooter on their way to the movie theater. But an older Equalizer viewer is going to want to watch the football game on their big screen TV on their Lazy Boy. They're not going to want to watch a football game on their phone on the way to the theater.
I like to think Sony knows this, though, and they're going to program the fuck out of the Super Bowl, out of the opening day football broadcast with Equalizer TV spots. Get those dads watching to make plans for after the game. Maybe put a QR code on screen and have them buy tickets. Tell them it's like the 21st century Uncle Tom's Cabin and get them in there.
Have I guess Denzel can't do it, but you have like a Denzel lookalike.
Sure.
Sort of like come on the field and cut a ref's throat, and of course it's fake knife, it's fake CGI. Blood, CGI, but cut a ref's throat during the coin toss, and you shoot it far enough away so you say, "Oh, there's Denzel Washington There's the Equalizer. You don't say Denzel's name.
And then they have him sit at a table and like fold a napkin meticulously because he has OCD. So you're like, oh, it's the Equalizer, Denzel.
So he really is a horror villain. I mean, like the Equalizer,
a horror hero.
He's
a horror hero.
Yeah,
that's the subversion. Yeah,
but he should sit at that table with Freddy, Jason, Art the Clown. Like the Equalizer would be welcome at that table.
Welcome to the table, bitch. That's what Freddy Krueger would say to Robert McCall.
The nicest thing he could ever say.
And Chucky would be in the high chair, of course.
Yeah, he wouldn't be happy about it.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't be. He'd be complaining about it. But I don't know. Robert McCall would probably be against those horror icons. That would be an interesting meeting if he walked into a room like that.
They might all get equalized. I'm not going to lie.
It's possible.
Yeah. Would they welcome Andrea Martin's character from My Big Fat Greek Wedding into there? She would just start squirting them with Windex, and then they would cut her up something fierce. Probably.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what the Andrea Martin heads want to see, but I would see it. I'd be interested.
Yeah, I think that's a good crossover.